Hey, good afternoon, folks. Terry with Ultimate Outdoors Radio on another adventure. We are actually in North Dakota doing a little cast and blast, some fishing on Devils Lake for a couple days. Right now, we are out scouting for ducks and geese, and we think we found the motherlode. Tanner, there goes three right over the silo right there.
Yep.
So Tanner, Tanner's actually affiliated with the tourism department here in Devils Lake. So Tanner, what do you normally try to do here in the evenings? You take some optics and go looking. Is that the plan? The best thing to do?
It is. So like right now, what we're doing is basically we kind of narrowed down an area. We're driving around, checking out the grain fields out here, trying to see if we can't locate where these mallards are coming in to feed off their roosting spot. So right now, we kind of got I want to say it's a wheat field about 3/4 of a mile away. So a good thing we got our vortex optics here to kind of get a little scope in and see where they're feeding. So usually what our game plan, what we do is once we locate a spot, we're going to go try to get permission from the farmer, see if he'd be gracious enough to allow us to hunt this field on Saturday morning. And then once you find the spot in the evening, what we're planning on doing is, you sneak in here in the morning after dark, get your decoy set up, and when the mallards come back out in the morning to feed, you're there ready to go.
Well, I'm smiling, Tanner, because I can hear nothing but mallards sitting over there in that tree line.
It's music to my ears.
And the neat thing, Tanner, I duck hunt the Mississippi, duck hunted for years, but the thing that impresses me is all the ponds and stuff we've driven by. There's ducks on every body of water, and the neat thing, we just pulled in here, and we've seen just duck after duck, and they're coming to all these fields that are being picked. Very impressed with the waterfall and the numbers here.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got a resident season, then you got a non-resident season. It opens a week later.
Yep. So our resident season opened this last Saturday, and we have about a 7-day season there, and then the non-resident season opens a week later. And the unique thing about right now is you're seeing all these ducks. These are just our local ducks that come in the spring and through the migration and just basically stay here all spring long. They breed here. They stay here all summer and fall.
Whoops, Tanner, I got to get those mallards next to the grain bed. I don't know if it's going to show up, but we thought there was a few here, but I think we might have.
There's a few more than I think we know.
I think we might have found the mother lode. I'll go hide behind those grain beds Saturday morning, Tanner.
I'll bring you some shells.
Well, they're still up. We're kind of waiting for the geese to show up. These are all solid mallards right here. Hey, Tanner, you work for Devils Lake Tourism, so you know some landowners, which helps out. But for the average hunter coming out here, there's still a lot of public places that doesn't get a lot of hunting pressure.
There isn't. Actually, let me just grab a handy-dandy little tool that I have in my pickup.
Hey, I wanted to ask you, what are you using for vortex optics there?
What I am using right now is the Vortex Viper 15 by 50 HD.
Okay.
And they are beautiful. They work wonderfully out here, especially in the open prairie when right now we can see probably 4 or 5 miles of flat land that these come in handy.
Here comes some geese in. Well, and another thing we're doing, Pat Kelmerton's with us, is he's using the rangefinder to range these things, so we get an idea when we go in the dark. If right now if we're ranging them at 500 yards, we don't want to walk in there 500 yards. We want to walk in about 300 and set up. So there's a use for the rangefinders also. And Vortex just come out with a 1,000-yard one, so we can sit right here and we can look over at that woods and pick a spot and know exactly where they're at. So that's a little tip. But what were you going to say about the map?
The public land. So our Game and Fish here in North Dakota creates this guide that's called our Plots Guide, which stands for Private Land Open to Sportsmen. So there's quite a few farmers and landowners in North Dakota that take their private land and open it up to anyone that is good stewards of the land that can come in and do public hunting. So every fall, our Game and Fish puts together this map, and it's county by county. So the backside here, you can see the whole state of North Dakota, and then it breaks down. So right now, for instance, we are in Ramsey County here, number 32, and you can open this handy-dandy little book up to sheet 32, and it gives you a whole county map here, and it shows like all these red and yellow and green spots are all public hunting opportunities.
Nice.
So it's just another great tool for anyone that's not very familiar with the area and is just coming up here and wants to kind of get familiar with the land. This is a good tool to utilize.
And that's not saying that you can't go knock on a door. You and I go knock on a ton of doors, and yes, you're going to get turned down. But as you and I talked coming out here, you'll always find a honey hole sooner or later.
You will. I mean,
drop a little cheese off, a little fresh Devils Lake
train a little
walleye.
Walleye. You know, most of the landowners here are very gracious to open up their land to let you come in. A lot of them just want to know who's hunting it and just want to kind of have an idea who'll be out there in the morning. So.
Tanner, I hate to interrupt you, but look out there and look at the mallards.
Oh boy,
that are flying.
Terry, I tell you what,
we might have
Saturday's going to be a fun morning.
Hey, we're going to let you get, folks, and stay with us here on Ultimate Outdoors Radio. We're going to be posting up videos and pics for a few days here, and you know what a great destination for a cast and blast. You got friends Tanner and Susie at the tourism department. You can always give them a call for a little help as far as lodging and everything else. They're great people there, and they'll help you out. Don't be afraid to give them a call. So hey, this is Terry with Ultimate Outdoors Radio, and we are on a new adventure in North Dakota. Stay with us, folks.